Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Now, about a month ago, I did one of these videos where I talked about things not to do after a hair transplant. And I realized that there's some things that I did not cover in the previous video that I wanted to address you guys in a part 2. So, if you guys are new to my channel, thanks for watching, welcome. But in my first video, I talked about some of the things that you shouldn't be doing. So, I talked about not scratching or itching your recipient area. I said to be careful when you're blow drying your hair. Don't drink alcohol or smoke for at least a month, and you want to wait about 4 to 6 months before exposing your scalp to direct sunlight. And I talked about not stressing so much, just because stress can cause premature hair to fall out. And so today I wanted to talk about 5 additional things that you guys want to be careful and avoid right after your hair transplant. But before I get started, if you guys are wondering, I'm currently at day 116 and I'm using my MacBook to record, so it's not going to be as clear as my my camera, but here's how it looks. I don't know, I feel like this MacBook does a good job of just framing the face, so you guys can see the hairs. I can swear that the hairs are a lot more thicker. I don't know if it's because of the biotin and the biotin shampoo and finasteride, but if you guys even just look at it, just look at how it's reflecting off the light, it looks so much fuller and more thicker. So I'm very happy, but in a couple days I'll do another a vlog of my day, I think day 120, which I'm almost, I'm almost approaching my 4-month mark, so be on the lookout for that. But let's get started to what I was talking about earlier. So number 1, you want to avoid eating spicy foods and spices such as ginger and turmeric, as it can interfere with the immune system's ability to heal wounds and prevent your body from forming blood clots. Now, blood clots are going to be very vital for healing wounds, especially the first couple days after you've had your FUE hair transplant or your FUT. More so for your FUT, because you're going to have this big linear scar in the back of your scalp, and you don't want to have any infections, and you want everything to heal really quickly. So make sure to stay away from spicy foods for at least about 2 weeks, so that it's going to give your body the time to heal any open wounds. Number 2. You want to avoid sleeping with the use of a regular pillow, and what I mean by that is, first of all, you want to invest in something that's going to help you to secure your head and your neck from moving around when you're sleeping. And I found that the use of a one of those vacation pillows or neck pillows that you guys use when you're traveling really helps. So I'm going to show you guys a picture right now. So this is what I used. I used the neck pillow, and then right below that I put a regular pillow so that I can elevate my head on the pillow so that I can sleep better. So you want to create about a 45-degree angle, just so that you want to have all that swelling on your face from the anesthesia to go down. But yeah, I'm going to be honest. You're not going to be able to get a good night's sleep for about 2 weeks after you've had your hair transplant, and that's because you're going to have all these open wounds in the back, and you're going to be all paranoid not to knock anything out. And so for me, I probably got like 2-3 hours of sleep for about 2 weeks until everything started healing, and then I felt a lot better, and then I regained my regular sleeping patterns. But yeah, make sure you guys invest in one of the neck pillows, because it's really going to help you steady your head and secure it from rubbing your recipient area from the pillow or the mattress or things like that. Number 3, you want to avoid exercising and any other strenuous activities such as lifting. You want to avoid that for the first 4 weeks right after your hair transplant, and that's because you don't want to sweat too much. Sweating can increase chances of you getting an infection, and that's because all that sweat might go into the open wounds and into your follicles, and so you don't want to avoid having any other complications And also, if you've had an FUT, you want to be careful not to put any unnecessary strain on the suture line. You don't want to have it stretch or even possibly, open up the wound from closing fully. And number 4, this might be a little bit harder for you guys, for some of you, but you want to make sure to avoid having sex for at least 2 weeks after having your hair transplant. And that's because sexual activity can potentially pop some of the hair grafts due to the undue pressure created in the scalp. I guess it depends, how crazy you are. But for the most part, stay away from it for about 2 weeks, and also stay away from masturbation because, I don't know how people masturbate as far as the intensity, but there's a good possibility that if you're really into it, your veins on your head might pop out and you might go crazy. So just for the sake of you reducing the risk of you damaging your hair follicles, I would just restrain from it for about 2 weeks. You don't want to have any complications. And last but not least, you want to avoid putting any chemicals in your hair, such as hair gel or any sprays or hair dyes for at least 4 weeks after your hair transplant. And this is because the hair follicles might be a little bit more sensitive and might react in unexpected ways to the chemicals found in certain dyes and hair products. Sometimes the chemicals might even cause severe complications such as folliculitis and potentially damage the regrowth process. So make sure you guys stay away from that. But yeah, I think the top 10 things that I've mentioned should do it. If you guys can think of anything else or any other tips on things to avoid after a hair transplant, make sure to leave me some comments. Feel free to check out some of my other videos, subscribe, and make sure to like or dislike my videos to let me know how I'm doing. But anyways, thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care.